Hey everybody, it's Pat Jones. I'm the editorial director of Golf Course Industry, and I'm here on behalf of the magazine and our sister publications at GIE Media Horticulture to talk a little bit about the weather here in not-so-sunny Florida. Well, maybe that's not as much fun as talking about bringing new products to market. We're down here with Bayer Environmental Sciences and a whole passel of PhD weed scientists that they brought in from mostly from the southeast, but also from the rest of the southern part of the country, to talk about the joys of combating weeds in the southern United States. But before we get to the specifics of that and a new product that Bayer is going to bring to market for that purpose shortly, let's take an opportunity to talk about what it's like to bring a new product to market these days, because it doesn't happen very often. So I want to introduce you to a friend of mine, Matt Bradley, who's the herbicide product manager with Bayer. Matt, how you doing?
Very good, thank you.
Sorry I brought you out here in the rain to do this, but I think it's a good chance to tell golf course superintendents and lawn care operators a little bit about this amazing process that you've been going through for a number of years now to bring Spectacle, the new product, to market. So, maybe you can start out by telling us a little bit about where this initial idea comes from, where the initial compound is generated. Does it fall off a truck someplace, or does it come from a supercomputer? How does that work?
Sure. All of our herbicide screening and development work actually starts in Mannheim, Germany, through a very extensive process. In 2004, we actually brought the product over to the United States and started screening it out at our Clayton Development and Tech Center in North Carolina. And what we did at that point is we essentially screened the compound for turf safety, and then also tried to find out what weeds it was actually effective on. From the course of 2004 to now 2010, there's a lot of development work that goes on to actually get the product, the testing done into the EPA, and ultimately out into the field so that superintendents, lawn care operators, and the like can use the product in the market.
Right, and that's where your colleague Dr. Don Myers comes in. So, and a lot of folks in the industry might know Don. He's been a part of the team for a long, long time. We had a chance earlier to talk to Don and ask him about his role as the person who has to go out there and really prove the science and work with EPA. So here's Don.
This involves a number of years. It involves a lot of cooperators. It involves different parts of the country. It involves a lot of money. For each of these trials, we could have several hundred trials overall. Now, most of the trials, I would say, are external trials that we do with cooperators, but there are a lot of internal trials. We have a unique situation within Bayer. We have a farm, the Clayton farm, that is fully dedicated to environmental science type issues. So we can do a lot of testing on the Clayton farm, and we do. So that's an advantage. And then we also work with the key university cooperators, people that are influencers in the market, and work with them to look at the products. And ultimately, if they like what they see, they will provide recommendations. We can also work with other kinds of cooperators, and we do, who are private. And we can keep then secrecy. Protecting our intellectual property is an important thing for Bayer. Any new active is important as far as an IP or intellectual property. And to do that, we have to work under various agreements, secrecy agreements, testing agreements. Life has become more complicated in the last few years in this regard, because we're very concerned about making sure that any IP that's generated is owned by Bayer.
Okay, once Don and the team of PhDs has proved the scientific viability of a product, you've got to figure out what's marketable. Is there a desire for this? So where does that process begin, and how do you do that?
Sure. It starts actually during the development process. As I mentioned, we're trying to screen for cultivars that are tolerant to the product, as well as weeds that are being controlled. With Spectacle, we found that it's actually a very, very broad spectrum product. And it had a niche in not only the spectrum, but also managing some weeds that have resistance issues in the market at the present time.
Mm-hmm. And fortunately, Bayer is lucky enough to have a facility where they do that. We talked to Dave Spack, who works for Bayer and manages that facility in terms of research for them, and found out what his role is in bringing a new product to market.
Well, the fortunate thing about Clayton is we have a 4-hole golf course, so we've been able to over the last 5 years, try to develop programs for golf courses without actually having to go out on real golf courses. So we've been able to do efficacy studies, length of weed control. We've also looked at tracking. You know, if you spray it on your Bermuda grass collars, does it track on your bent grass greens? We're able to do that without, offending a superintendent and messing up his golf course.
Once a company like Bayer is satisfied that the product is marketable and has some of those characteristics, then you got to go out to the toughest critics of all. You got to go out to the research community at the universities in this country. Tell me about what that's like, because that's got to be an interesting give and take.
No, that's probably one of the most exciting parts of the entire process, because they always have a knack for looking at products in a completely different way than what we do. Very scientific, but they also do a lot of seminars with golf course superintendents, and so they have a pretty good idea of what they want, what weeds are being underserved in the market, and they'll put some spins on the development of the product when they have it that maybe we at Bayer wouldn't think of. And that's the nice part, is actually getting them together for a meeting like this today. You have a collaborative brainstorming effort, and there are a lot of different things that are talked about that we learn and take away that are critical to the successful launch of the product.
Right. And your guy in charge of that process of herding cats is Dr. Lawrence Mudge. So we talked to Lawrence and got his feedback on what it's like to work with all these very bright, very opinionated researchers in the field.
Yeah, for the last 5 years we've been developing this product, and we work with our university cooperators and develop data, understand what this product will do and not do, and that can be rates, weeds, that type of thing. And as we approach commercialization, in other words, we get a registration from the EPA, then we're going to take this product to market. So that's what my role is assisting in the technical information transfer from our development to our sales and our end user customers. And that can involve presentations, training presentations, the writing of technical documents for various different things, but more of a commercialization of what we've learned in the last 5 years, more real-world practicality and how to actually use our product.
So now we've seen how a guy like Lawrence Mudge can take all this information and all these opinions and bring them to the point where they coalesce like they did at the meeting today. And I know from what I heard, very positive things from the research community, and also the good news that it looks like, thanks to all this testing, that you're likely going to have a label pretty soon. Tell us a little bit more about that, and maybe tell us what golf course superintendents, lawn care operators, and others in the green industry can look forward to from a product like Spectacle.
Sure, yeah, we're actually really excited. We expect to have a registration in the next 30 to 60 days. Don and Lawrence are in the process right now of pulling all the information together from today's meeting and really combining that to allow our sales reps to go out and talk about the best features and benefits of the product. Spectacle is going to offer superintendents unsurpassed control of POA. One of the bigger issues,
always a good thing.
One of the bigger issues that they're dealing with right now. Spectacle is a brand new mode of action. So we're going to be bringing something that they can start to rotate in with other products that they've currently been using, and
particularly as there's been some concern about resistance issues in the market lately. So that's got to be good news for folks.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those things where everybody tries to steward the products the best they can, but because products haven't been coming out as frequently as what they have in the past, a new tool like this is definitely going to have a large impact on turf managers across the southern United States. Mm-hmm.
How about lawn and LCOs and lawn care managers? Do you think they're going to see some benefits as well?
Absolutely. Right now, we don't actually have a pre-emerge herbicide that we sell in the lawn care market, so this is going to allow us a new opportunity to provide them with excellent crabgrass control, excellent broadleaf weed control, and the overall use rates of Spectacle are up to 40 to 50 times less than current products that are being used in the marketplace. So they're going to be able to steward the environment much better.
You're talking about grams per acre instead of ounces or even pounds per acre of product, and that's got to help you not only with the EPA but with concerned customers.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you're talking about right now products that you use pounds per acre, and with Spectacle, we're talking about a product that uses essentially the equivalent of 10 Splenda packs per acre per year. So something that's not currently an option.
Well, it's fascinating to see this process from the inside out, and you've got to feel like a new parent or that's getting ready to finally give birth. And we want to wish you luck with that process. And of course, anybody who wants to know more about the new products from Bayer can visit BayerProCentral.com or backedbybayer.com and find out more. Matt, thank you for your time, and thank you for hosting us down here in beautiful Key Largo, Florida. And good luck with your season and with the introduction.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay. Hey, it's been great talking to you all. You know you can always come back here to our websites at the GIE Media Horticulture Group and find out more about what's going on in the market. But for now, enjoy your season and take care.